feet wide on the mat. Okay, so as wide as they'll go, mine are off the mat. Head on hands. And I want you to think more about lengthening that leg. So I'm going to start lengthening my left leg, and then I'm going to lift, keeping both hip bones on the floor, keeping my hips level, they're not swinging side to side, and slowly down. Lift the other leg. Think about using the glute muscle only and lower. So nice slow leg lifts, alternate legs, with a real lengthen as you reach, as you pull it up, reach behind you. Let's have the core switched on now, because when you do, your pelvis tilts slightly under and you feel less strain in your back. Jackie, keep these really low. So you're barely lifting your thigh, you're just activating the glute before it kicks into your back. Jackie, stick with one leg at a time, sweetheart. Lillian and my lovely, oh my God, lift both. And down. And lift. And down. Lovely. And down. I was about to call you Nettie, Annette, that's why I stopped, because I've got another friend, Annette, and I always call her Nettie, and I was about to do it, and I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate being called Nettie. Alright, so keep both legs up. Jackie, just one leg, hover. Switch to the other leg, hover, Jackie. We're holding both. And come down. We can all do this next one. We're going to bend the knees, bring the feet together so your knees are quite wide. And if knees wide is hurting your lower back, Jackie, then bring your knees just in a central position and bring your knees back and straight, okay? So you could be in a central position just doing this. We've got our knees wide. So still lengthen those legs as they come back out. Jackie, don't lift yours. We're going to just hover as we stretch them like we would in a double leg stretch. So we bring the knees in and then stretch and hover. And if you wanted to work harder, the knees are hovering the whole time. These are really working into your glutes. And then keep them back. Jackie, don't do this. Don't lift your knees, sweetheart, okay? Just keep them in that position. We're just going to do little knee lifts. 3, 2, 1, and down. Well done. Just really swing the hips side to side. Tuck the pelvis under. Okay, leaving your legs where they are in a wide position. Have the arms in a wide position. We're not going to lift the legs this time, just look straight down to your mat. Lift the chest, lift one arm. Jackie, you might be more comfortable with your arms in that bent half box position and doing this because it's kinder on your back. We're just going to alternate arms up and down. So I would, Jackie, I'd perhaps just use your arms to support you, just coming slightly up, because I know you can come up high in this position, but don't do that, just a small lift. Lillian, Annette and I are going to keep both arms up, and then we're going to squeeze the elbows back into our ribs, into a wide position, squeeze in again, and again, one more time. And rest down. Okay, head on the hands, wiggling the bottom side to side. We're going to come up onto the elbows next. No, we're not. We're going to push back into child's pose first. I need you to straighten your back, stretch your backs. Deep breath when you're there. Okay, then come up onto all fours and do your cat stretch. You can stay in that stretch if you like. Push the shoulder blades down the spine, lengthen the neck, keep it level with the back. Take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, so keeping the shoulder blades down the spine. We're going to put one leg back, but we're not going to lift it. Alright, so whatever leg you've chosen to do. Now get your weight in a nice central position. You're going to lift the opposite hand. We're going to bring the arm all the way round, so the palm stays down, and then as it comes about halfway back, you're going to push the palm up towards the ceiling, and then pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Right, I'm going to lift the leg this time, same side, bring it back, and keep the weight central. 3, 4, 5, bring it back, same way, and then bring the arm and leg down. Okay, other wrist. Now if it's too much to do both of those back to back, change each side. Okay, she says after. So other leg back this time. Keep the leg on the floor, arm forward. Now just let's check ourselves, because as you do arm comes forward, my back has collapsed. So you've got to bring the core up, keep that back straight, and then keeping the back level as you bring the arm back, turn the palm up, push up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they're big pushes, not pulses. Come forward, lift the leg this time, get that back level, core up, back flat, and then bring the arm round again. So big pushes from your side, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, bring the arm back round and down. Come all the way down again. Arms by your sides and just bend the wrists backwards just to stretch them after that, and then straight, stretch, lovely. Okay, you're going to come up to do a hold, so you're going to come onto the elbows, elbows underneath the shoulders. Right, get the legs hip width apart, core switched on, and then just tuck the rib under as you lift the hips. Okay. So this is called, I think this is called the dolphin, they do it in yoga as well. You're just going to push the bottom up in the air, push back with the arms. This is quite tough on your arms and shoulders. So Jack, you might want to be really careful there. Just keep the shoulders down. You come back into your little hold. So you push back with the breath, in or out, and then back into your hold. So tough on the shoulders, keep the shoulders down when you push back. Alright, keep resting when you need to, or you can go up a level and you'd be in the half plank position, curling the toes under, lifting the knees. Alright, so from that position, it does help with this one to have your hands together, so you've made a triangle from your elbow to your hands. That's how I prefer to do it. And then you just push up, tap my forehead on the mat, you don't have to go that low, and then back. It's extremely hard on the upper body. If you don't want to do that, just do holds. Make sure that core is in to protect your back. Well done, fantastic. These are not easy. Okay, make the next one your last one. And then come down. Completely relax, arms back, let the shoulders round, and just wiggle your bottom side to side again. Lovely. Okay, so just wiggle those wrists, rotate your thumbs. About to use the resistance bands again. So we're just going to push back up, just back a little bit, stretch the back so you're not quite in child's pose, but you're pushing back. And then walk your knees forward and come to a seated position. Just grab a drink if you need one quickly. We're going to do half roll downs with hammer curls next. Now hammer curls are the ones, so that's a bicep that we normally do. This is the hammer one where the elbows stay in and the arms come up. So as you know, the band's going to go around the balls of your feet with your toes sticking up at the top. You need to hold on quite close to the band, otherwise there won't be enough resistance. So let's make sure the shoulders stay in the right position first. Let's just roll them back and then slide them down your spine. Tuck the pelvis under, Pull the elbows right into the waist, and then you might find that you need to loosen the band a little bit at this point, and then the thumbs are just going to come straight back towards your shoulders and release. So elbows stay where they are, it's just the lower arm that's going up and down. Keep your body back, don't bring the body up and down. Great. If you wanted to go further back in an in a half roll down, you can. Keep your shoulders down, neck long. Let's leave the arms up. I'm going to do the tiniest little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And roll up. Lovely. Okay, quick flick of the fingers. We'll do the twist to the side. I love that one because not only are you working all the arm, but you're working really deeply into the waist. So one hand stays on your knee, shoulders right down again, really important because I'll keep lifting with these resistance bands. Come into your half roll down, stay down, arm out to the side so the elbow is lifted, and then twist to the waist. So don't bring the elbow back any further than your waist can twist. So we're doing the same side, even though the elbow is out, keep the shoulder down. But just do a tiny little pause when you get there, so you twist, pause, and back to centre. Twist, pause, centre. Now we're going to keep the elbow back. But you're just going to twist the shoulder, just the tiniest bit. 3, 2, 1. Come back to centre, come up, let go of the band and roll forward into a sort of half spine stretch with your knees bent, head down. Use that opportunity to wiggle your fingers a little bit. Picking the band back up, making sure the band is flat, that it's not wrinkled up underneath your feet, or it will ping off. Okay, it's the same thing, taking a second to reset your posture, sitting up tall, shoulders down, and then going into that pelvic tilt. Elbow out to the side, and again, twist at the waist. Little pause when you get round there, and then back to the front. Control the band coming back to the front, don't let it ping, keep some resistance. Fantastic. I just love these, you can really feel them working deeply into that oblique muscle in the waist. Nice big breath out as you twist, feels good as well. And on this next one we're going to stay round. And it's just the slightest movement with that shoulder, okay? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, let go of the band, again reach forward, wiggling the fingers. If you wanted to get a hamstring stretch, you can just straighten the legs a little bit. And then roll back up. And down. Okay, so you've got a choice for the next one to either lie on your back, or Lily and I will stay seated, but I just want to sort of demonstrate which one it is. You've done it many, many times before. It's the one where it goes round your back, it crosses over your boot, underneath your boots, where one hand stays on the band, and if you find that you just haven't got enough one side, just adjust it so one side's short, one side's long. Okay, but Annette and Jackie, feel free to do this on your back. Most important thing that you do is when you're on your back, or for Lillian and I, is just lift the elbow off the floor, shoulder down and elbow out to the side. Okay, so just holding onto the band where you can easily pull it but with some resistance. You're going to try and keep the elbow bent the whole time, don't lock the arm out. Lovely, so you stay just facing forward, arm stays in position, so my elbow stays out the whole time, and just that forearm going out and in again. So if I was lying down, it would look like that. So elbow off the floor. Lovely. Keep the shoulders down the whole time, neck long. On the next one, we're just going to hold it. So just hold it out, elbow slightly bent, don't lock it out. Neck long for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release from the neck. Roll that shoulder, or if you're lying down, just shrug it a couple of times. Okay, other side then. So, other hand this time just rests on the crossover. Neck long, shoulder down, elbow out, rah, rah, rah. And then just slow movements with control. Breathe out, stretch, breathe in, coming back, breathe out through the mouth and in to come back. Alright, feel that working in your neck, in the shoulder at the top there. Lovely. Okay, next one, you're going to keep the arm out and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Okay. Rotate those wrists. Well done. Shake the hands. Just rub your fingers. Unfortunately, ladies, lying down, you've got to sit up. So you can either do it in a full roll up, all Pilates guru style, or just roll over. Very simple mermaid stretch for us, bringing the legs round to one side. Drop the shoulder. Let's come down onto the elbow and just really reach now. Reach with the leg as well. Just feeling that stretch all the way from the fingertip down to the toes. Bringing the arm back a little bit, looking up. And then round down. Staying there for a second, letting the stretch kick in. Back to the front. Circle that arm, looking down as you circle down, looking up as you circle up. Just undoing all the tension in those shoulders after using the bands. Lovely. And then coming slowly back up. Reach that other arm up towards the ceiling. If it feels comfortable enough to do it, you can come over, but I know some people that feels horrid. And rotate that wrist coming down. Let's do that on the other side. In between though, let's just have a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. And then coming over to the other side. So again, just stretch up with a straight arm. When you're ready, come down onto your elbow. And keep the leg tucked in or straightened. Looking up. Looking down. Staying down just for a second, and then sweep that arm round. Doesn't matter which direction you're doing it, as long as you're just twisting the waist a little bit with the circle. Push back up, over to the other side, come back down. Again, this other one can be done sitting or it can be done lying down. But it's the same as a bench press. So when you see these guys doing their weights and they're on their back and they've got the bar and they're pushing up to get strength into their chest, we're going to do that with a band. So I'll show you while I'm sitting up, but Annette and Jackie, feel free to lie down again with this. So it goes behind your back, same place as it did to cross over really, if not a tiny bit higher. Shoulders down and get hold of both sides of the bands. Sitting up. So yeah, it's just elbows out and then sort of pushing forward and then elbows back. So if I was lying down, it would look like this, just as if you are doing a bench press. Push the arms up, bring the elbows down to the floor. Push arms up, elbows down to the floor. So Lily and I will replicate that sitting up. So arms wide, push forward as if you're trying to bring the arms together, and then bring the elbows back. Lovely. So you're almost getting a little bit of a shoulder squeeze at the back. From the side, that's it, Lillian, lovely. So we're working all this bit here around the front of the armpit,